Let's discuss the last topic of this chapter, which is equations of lines parallel to axis. Now what happens if the line is parallel to any of the axes? If it is parallel to y-axis, if it is parallel to x-axis, then what happens? So let's discuss that. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the Cartesian system. So just for a reference, let's draw y and x-axis. This is y and y dash. If we talk about line parallel to y-axis, right, it will look something like this. Correct? It will look something like this. It will be having some value, or I can say x is equal to a. Now a means what? Some number. It could be positive, it could be negative as well, right? But it cannot be 0. If it is 0, it will be on the y-axis, right? We can write a cannot be 0. Now for if it is parallel to y, if it is parallel to x-axis, it will look something like this, and the equation we can write as y is equal to b, where b cannot be 0, right? So this is what we are going to discuss. Now if you pay attention over here, it is given x is equal to a. X is equal to a means what? Just like x is equal to 2, x is equal to 4. Linear equation in one variable. Now if you convert into linear equation in two variable, it will look something like this, right? We converted into the standard form in the starting of the chapter. So x plus 0y minus a is equal to 0, right? Coefficient of y is what? 0, right? Coefficient of y is 0. So x plus 0y minus a is equal to 0. Coefficient of y is 0. So as a result of it, we get the value of x is equal to a. So first of all, we are going to discuss equations parallel to y-axis. Then we will discuss equations parallel to x-axis. So let's start with the question. Give the geometric representation of x plus 2 is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1 as an equation in one variable and two variables. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the first equation, that is x plus 2 is equal to 0. X plus 2 is equal to 0. So I can write x is equal to minus 2. Now this we need to represent as the one variable. If we want to represent as a one variable, we know that we will be representing on the number line, right? So x is equal to minus 2 is over here. So this is the solution of this equation, x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now of the same equation, if we want to represent on this two variables in the form of two variables, so I can write that along with this y is equal to 0, right? So I will be taking the point x is equal to minus 2. X is equal to minus 2 is over here, and y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 means point will be on the x-axis, right? So if I want to draw a line, that will be something like this, right? That is the line of x is equal to minus 2, or you can also write x plus 2 is equal to 0, right? This is parallel to y-axis. You can see very clearly over here, right? It is parallel to y-axis, right? So x plus 2, right? That is the line parallel to y-axis. Let's discuss next case. X is equal to 1. Okay, we have x is equal to 1. That's very straightforward for this case. X is equal to 1 for the one variable will be the number line, right? So x is equal to 1. Where is it? Over here. So this is the solution. Now if we want to represent on as the two variable or on Cartesian system, we need to take y is equal to 0. Now x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0 will be this point. So if you extend the line, it will look something like this, and this line is x is equal to 1. right? You can see that if it is not exactly parallel, I did not draw properly, right? These two lines are parallel, right? Like we discussed over here, x is equal to some number other than 0. We have here -2, we have here 1. Now one more common question related to this is, instead of give the geometric representation, it can be asked as how many solutions are there. Okay, how many solutions? We are talking about solutions. Now solutions, when it is in one variable and two variable. Okay, when it is one variable, right? Now if it is in a one variable, we get exactly one solution. Remember, we get exactly one solution, right? So that is only what we will take, only one solution. But when we have two variable, you can see over here that we are getting so many points, right? We are getting infinite number of points, right? So in that case, we will have infinite solutions. Remember, if it is in two variable, then we have infinite solutions, and if it is in case of one variable, then we get only one solution. So this is what about the equation parallel to y-axis, that will be in the form x is equal to something where that number should be non-zero, negative is accepted and positive is also accepted. So this is about the equation parallel to y-axis.